Hey guys, sorry, I was making some tea. I was going to get some whiskey, but I figured it might not be the best idea right now. But hello, give me a second. I wanted to do something. Right. Give me a quick jiffy before I open stream up. Let me just take away some Twitch redeem privileges. Hold on. Okay, we are good. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Deep Blue. I am Noira, the sea fox who sells escapism and daydreams, and I'm happy to be back here with you guys today. How are you guys doing? We are back for some more cozy stuff today. Let me just put the jazz a tad bit higher actually. How are you? Yeah, I was going to get some whiskey just now, but I figured since I'm not particularly in tip-top shape yet, because it is only plus 1 day after blood moon starts, so I was thinking maybe I shouldn't, because the thing is, like, alcohol has a tendency to lower your blood pressure, right? So we wouldn't want any accidents happening on stream, do we now? If I suddenly disappear and I stop moving because, I don't know, I got a little bit too dizzy, who's gonna take care of me, huh? So I decided to be the wise sea fox that I am and decided not to. Hello everyone, hi, welcome back to the Deep Blue, welcome back. Well, let me quickly greet all of y'all. So who do I see here? Are there a lot of you guys today? I see Ikazen is alone, the first one. Congrats, Ikazen. What are you trying to be Satoru Gojo in the house? Damn. But congrats, Ikazen, for being the first one again. Potato Muncher, what's going on? And I see Schizo being the second on Twitch, followed up by Wapper being the third, Eli being the fourth, and hello, Charles. And Kyle being the fifth. Nice, nice. We're having a little bit of variation with our little rankings that's going on. Hold on, I need to sit. God damn it. Ever since the blood moon, I can't stand for too long without being a bit crampy. It sucks, but it is what it is. And I see Munero, Temere, of course, and Brian, and Coco Kana, and Ivan. I see Sheena, Mashiro as well, Mr. Popo, CJ Deadpool, Brother Coconut, Averandal, and Potato Macho. Wait, I already mentioned you. Eli, I already mentioned you too. Mr. Mav, Alfie VA, Sly Maverick, Mythos, Calvin Quinn, and yeah, welcome guys. Welcome back to the Deep Blue. Thank you for waiting up and queuing right outside. Did I change the stream category? I did not change it. Oh my god. It was still Cult of the Lamb on YouTube, on Twitch. How come no one told me? I suddenly remembered because I was like rushing to go live on stream. So I was like, it'll be fine. You know, I forgot to do that. But yeah. Are we singing? We can. I thought about it. I might as well. I picked this background, which is out of whim. And I'm like, maybe we could do a little bit of singing. What's our stream title today? Slow jazz and thoughtful stuff? Yes, sure. We can sing some chill jazz over some talks, right? Whatever those talks may be. You've lost access to Discord? What do you mean lost access? How do you lose access to Discord? That sucks. Do tiles circle your head like a cartoon when you're dizzy? Perhaps, mayhaps. Little tidelings with wings. Just little chunkers going around my head. Noira, do you want a warming pack or electric blanket? My Essa puts that on her abdomen or back to ease cramping pain. It kind of helps me, but what helps me the most is usually just ibuprofen. I'm okay now. Usually the first day is the worst, so I'm past that. That's okay. I'm just a little bit fatigued still, probably from you know, the blood, since you guys didn't donate me enough blood yesterday. You guys didn't give enough blood to the shrine. So this is what you get. Day 2 of Tired Sea Fox. Although I am much better. But still day 2 of Tired Sea Fox. Is this a set playlist? No, this is very random, so you guys are gonna have to deal with whatever I decide to sing. But it's gonna be a combination of like singing and karaoke, mostly talking as well. Don't mind that. Are you guys distracted by the mic? Do you want me to take that away? Is it because of the mic that it looks like it's karaoke? It's fine, I'll leave it on. I'm too lazy. And yes, I am slowly regenerating. Usually day 1, day 2 is bad, but day 3 I'll be fine by then. But yeah, I'm sad. I was actually going to grab whiskey, but I figured it's best not to. So instead I have green tea with me right now. Keep the mic? Yeah. We need more blood? Yes. You like why do you like tired, Noira? What? Do you just like tired old women? What's going on? You like tired older women? Is that what's up? What about it? Do you like Shoko from Jujutsu Kaisen? All the tired women anime tropes? Lazy Fox is lazy. Is it morning for you? Nah, it's actually nighttime for me, but we can pretend it's morning, right? Tired Noira sounds more mommy? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, every time I know it's for a lot of you guys, it's the mornings, right? Irashaimase, Shrek Simp. Crazy name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. So I know for a lot of you guys watching, it's actually the morning for y'all's, but for me it's nighttime because time zones work that way. So most of the times I know when I stream, it's mostly like a late night sort of vibe. So I figured today let's change that a tad bit and make it morning. So let's all pretend that it's the morning time, you know, like it's 8 a.m. or something like that. And the sun is shining. The breeze is kind of nice. All that shit. Do you want me to put a breeze sound effects for that ASMR feel? Would I get in trouble if I say yes, mommy? You're lucky. I don't really care for that. I'll tell you guys if I get uncomfortable over something. Oh, definitely, you will know. You will know. Don't worry, I'm not the type to immediately ban someone unless it's really bad. Usually I give a warning. What are you guys having for your morning or nighttime or wherever you guys are? What are you guys having for a drink? She's a morning fox? Yes, indeed, I am a morning fox. I woke up pretty early today. I'm actually quite tired because I woke up a little bit too early. Because I think I felt like last night when we played Cult of the Lamb, I ended up sleeping a little bit later than I thought. So I am kind of lacking sleep. Just a tad though, maybe like 1 or 2 hours. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Good afternoon to you, Kira. Good afternoon. Because your voice sounds more husky when I'm tired. Well, shouldn't we be tired more often then? It's been a long day too. It's been a long day. I worked from home today, but there was like so much work at the Deep Blue. So much to do. A lot of brain power. So it's not that sure, the tired part is exacerbated by, you know, the blood moon physically tiredness, like being physically tired, but like other than that, mentally tired, yeah, from work. Caffeine free gamer subs. What's your favorite gamer subs flavor? I don't drink energy drinks at all, by the way, so I have no idea what gamer subs taste like. I have drank, the closest thing to energy drinks that I drink are like electrolyte drinks, and the last time I had that was only after a hike. So I'm not really someone who drinks energy drinks. We've overtimed twice this week. Yeah. Nighttime, I was done watching 12 hours of Sebring endurance racing. What's that? Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey. That's what's morning drink. Oh, that sounds very comfy actually. However, I have heard that Arizona tea is very sweet, but I wouldn't know. I'm too broke for gamer subs. How much is gamer subs? What is Noira's favorite burger? I like a classic burger. I like classic cheeseburgers. I like my cheeseburgers with pickles. No, beef burger even. It doesn't even have to have cheese. I think my fave is just a beef burger with good pickles. Limited edition, really tired Noira goes hard. Yeah, you guys can get that like once a month. So when the blood moon appears, you guys need to make sure to be here at the Deep Blue. If you guys like this, Noira, it's literally a limited edition once per month sort of thing, okay? Pyro Power, it is raspberry tea flavored. It is fantastic. That does sound fantastic. Hold on, give me a second. Irashai. Shredded Nuts, crazy name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Hold on, give me a second. I want to increase my AC just a tad. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So, how is your Thursday, guys? It's the last day of the week, at least for the Deep Blue. I mean, for the streams. And it's usually our time to wind down. Now, most of my thoughts, my general thoughtful thoughts have been mostly spoken out on Tuesday, because obviously I have very low capacity for just suppressing my thoughts. So we've talked a lot about stuff on Saturday, but don't worry, we always have more to talk about, which I shall start in a tad bit. But I want to know what you guys have been doing today. Hi there, Lucas. 12 Hours of Simpering is a motorsport track that is extremely bumpy and... Wait, I missed that. I didn't fully read it. Bumpy and demands high skill of driving. Oh, that sounds scary and dangerous. 12 hours is crazy though. Wait, is the whole competition 12 hours? Like the... What's the Gran Turismo one? The one where basically it's a relay of racing cars? The Blood Moon seems to give me more determination. Determination how? No Invincible episodes to watch. Wait, does Invincible pop up every Thursday? I don't really pay attention to it. The only show right now that I remember when it pops up is Solo Leveling. I know that's like every Saturday. Should make like a Blood Moon model for yourself. I should. We talked about it actually, but we'll see. We'll see. When we do have the funds at the Deep Blue, perhaps it may happen. I've been trying to click on Invincible. There's no new episode. Well, at least you're not alone. Everyone's also having Invincible withdrawals. Been making my OC law for NFC. Nice. I got done reading a book. What's the book about, Jack John? Le Mans. Yes, thank you, pal. Le Mans. I am falling back on chat. Holy shit. Been good for me so far. I had a rough night on Tuesday, but I slept much better last night. Got much needed light. Oh, that's good to hear. Isn't that the best feeling when you just went through a very tiring day and then you just get the right amount of sleep? Because the thing is, like, when you get too much sleep, it sucks and my head at least hurts. I don't know about you guys. So being able to be super tired but like get, say, 7 hours of sleep, but just a very comfy one where you just get knocked the fuck out, that shit feels amazing. Building a bookcase and cooking. Someone's crafty and very productive for the start of the day. Just woke up a little bit ago, but I need to go to work. Have you had your cuppa? Ah, Sheena, thank you for 16 months of being a tidling. Gotta go. Ah, thank you. Have a good one, Sheena. Have a good day at work. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Thank you. I just started watching Arcane. Oh, Arcane is good as a standalone thing though, for real. By the way, Sheena, 16 months, very long time. That's a whole year and a quarter and a bit. Not a lot of people have that, have been a tidely for that long, so you're pretty much a long timer by now. You're a long timer. Seems I am a bit late. Oh, you're not. Arcane season 1. Yes, Arcane is good. Arcane is good. I really like shows in general that like explore the gray area of stuff. I think it's amazing, like The Boys, Invincible, Arcane, you know, the gray area, because I feel like it's nice. Gray stuff with gray topics have a little bit more depth, because after a while, it feels like, you know, some shows, like, you know, when you watch shonen and you kind of just know what's gonna happen. And that's how I feel with a lot of like general media. Like you can kind of feel like or guess where it's going. So shows that explore gray areas more are a little bit more interesting and fun in that sense. Today's Thursday was really hard, but in the end I got to the end of it and got to start another day tomorrow. Nice. I love that attitude. Love that. What you should do with your model, it changes colors during the time of the day. Oh my god, who's gonna make a model like that for me? Also, the thing is, I only stream, my stream times are consistent, so you'll never see like I mean, technically that's big funds though. We'll see. You guys should see my 2.0. My Thursday just started. I think I exceeded the amount of rest EXP I required this morning. Now it's time to make breakfast to regain my MP. That's such a mood. Yeah, don't forget to do your morning dailies, guys. You know, like making your cup of coffee, you know, or like whatever chores you have to do in the morning. Don't forget to do that. Do you know that we have our willpower is a real thing, psychologically and research-wise and scientifically proven. You can make better decisions in the morning compared to say later in the day before lunch, and then once you have lunch you regain a little bit of that willpower and to finish out through the day. And then basically every time you have a break to eat, you regain willpower. So it's pretty much like mana. So usually I think how it goes is that if you're trying to, let's say you're a startup founder and you're trying to pitch to investors, you should always get the earliest spot ever, because that's when the investors themselves have the highest mental capacity to actually properly consider stuff. They have the willpower to properly consider stuff. The same applies apparently in court. So when the judges, apparently, according to research that I have read, though have not cross-checked, is that judges make better decisions in the morning. I like more dark toned stories because they feel more real, and often times they discuss topics that, being with humanity from the start, they're pretty deep. Oh yeah, for sure. Dark toned, gray, I think it comes with age, right? Comes with age. But what are you guys talking about? More? Are you trying to convince Mythos to do more morning push-ups? Oh my god, wait. Where's the chat? Oh my god, sorry. I panicked. I was like, I thought I lost chat. I thought the chat was gone from the overlay. And then I forgot that it's tiny above my head. The info that willpower is a consumable resource is such a mind twister. It was wild when I first found out, right? But it also makes so much sense, right? But also I do think that it really depends on the person. If we assume that the person, say, doesn't have ADHD, then it's more likely that, you know, they would follow that sort of willpower pattern. I feel like people with certain quirks and traits, there are outliers out there, you know. I work at a school and I feel like I make better decisions in the afternoon. Yeah, I mean, generally they're saying that you have willpower in the morning and then you will have willpower, you regenerate willpower later on when you take breaks. So maybe you have better willpower after lunch. Sherry, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Shonen just feels like a completed stage now. It feels like there's no point watching it now. Yeah, because like you always know that the protagonist is always gonna win. But if you put it like that, then why are we even watching Solo Leveling, right? I mean, we know what's gonna happen. We know that the protagonist is gonna overcome everything like it's almost nothing. But we watch it anyway because it's entertaining, you know? And it's fine. It's like how you watch trashy dramas when you feel like it. You know, it's like how you rewatch Sex and the City or Friends, even though you watch it 1,000 times, or The Office. Yeah, it is what it is. There are times for like where you would like to indulge yourself in something that's a little bit more thought invoking. Other times you don't. Is that not why you guys come to my stream? Because sometimes you... Let me think about it. How often do I just like not do... Okay, I mean, yeah, I do free talk not too often. I think I do free talk streams like these ones, like once every 2 weeks, and then do short like free talks before the games, before we start gaming. But yeah, can you imagine if I did like free talks like every day? Wouldn't you guys get bored? I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear me yap about life every single fucking day, right? You don't want to hear philosophical questioning every single fucking day. Have a good one, Charles. Have a good one. Cool animation and music? Yeah. Regarding color toggles, you may want to reach out to Cinder. Oh, wait, we just missed out on it. A recent clip of her with Amelie talk about how she mapped her model colors to event triggers in the same... Oh no, I know how. It's a matter of cost. Oh, if we're talking about like the model recolors, I can consider that. We'll see. If it's just model recolors, but if it's like a totally different sort of vibe for every time of the day, then that's something I need to talk about with the artist. Some shonens are worth watching, especially when you watch them as a young person, and now you see details and stuff you couldn't see earlier. Yeah, have you guys tried rewatching Naruto? Oh, Wolf's Rain? Oh my god. Wolf's Rain. Back then, I remember when I was younger, a younger Sea Fox a few years back, I remember watching Wolf's Rain. It felt like just such a cool thing to see, like, you know, young, cool anime men turn into wolves, like straight out of Twilight. No, it has nothing to do with Twilight. I don't know why I made that reference. Wolf's Rain just had like an amazing aesthetics, and I didn't really consider the story much. But then I rewatched it, I think, a few years back, and oh my god, Wolf's Rain is fucking sad. It's so sad, and it's so... Oh my god, it's like so much desperation. Huh, do you guys know Wolf's Rain? I love Wolf's Rain. Keep yapping? Wow. Keep yapping. Okay, that's what you guys told me yesterday too. Naruto is the most cliche thing I have ever read, and yet I have reread it at least 4 times, smiling every time. Yeah, but Naruto, they hit you in the feels well, man, and... Rewatching some of Naruto clips, the animation was done really good. Like the choreography and everything like that. That shit was quite top notch. There's just so much heart being pumped into that freaking thing. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Naruto was great. Wait, it's still really hot. Let me increase the AC again. Hold on. Sauce, guys. Original Dragon Ball. To be fair, at least Naruto hits the right strings, teaches good lessons while also have a lot of realism mixed in with the fantasy. Yeah, I feel like Naruto is not as much high fantasy as a lot of other shows. For example, you guys are gonna like... You guys might crucify me for saying this, but I feel like Bleach, at least back then, I don't know, I feel like... I think I had a preference of, if you want to go full fantasy, go full fantasy. You know what I mean? So Bleach for me felt really weird, and so did Sailor Moon. So I never really got into Bleach or Sailor Moon because it felt like half-assed fantasy. It's a weird thing, I know, but that was my preference back then, I believe. Nowadays, I really don't care much about it, but like back then, I didn't really watch those sort of animes. It'd either be okay, either it's just a full-on regular living, or it should just be proper fantasy in a different setting. Totally, you know. I didn't even watch Doraemon, bro. Bleach, I mean, the 100-Year War was pretty good until everyone who died got resurrected. I can't get over that. I think I've mentioned that a few times on stream. I really, ever since I found out that everyone died and there were no consequences, I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't think I can watch this again. We watched Last Airbender is great. I love The Last Airbender. The show though, not so much. The pacing felt really weird. The CG for this show was, the live action was pretty good, but the pacing and the writing was kind of awkward. Hi there, Luna. Random fillers in the middle of important shit. Have you watched Death Note? I have read Death Note. I don't think I've watched it. I've been meaning to, actually. I've been meaning to give the live action another shot, because I do remember watching it way back when, but I only have like a vague abstract memory of it. One Piece sat upon his high throne laughing. Yeah, One Piece, I don't know, at least this is my personal opinion, but One Piece actually feels like there are stakes, you know? With Bleach, because they did that shit, I'm like, nah. I really don't like it when a show tries to really convince you that, oh my god, this is the ultimatum, everything's so fucked, only to bring it back like it's a fucking rewind and nothing happened. I really don't like that. Because I'm there for the consequences, man. I'm there for the consequences. Not the live action. Wait, isn't the Death Note live action pretty decent? I don't think I've ever watched the anime. I've read Death Note, but I don't think I've watched the anime. No, not the American one, the Japanese one. I heard that the live action Japanese Death Note is pretty good. Wait, what? Wait, was there a real Willem Dafoe? No way. No fucking way. The Green Goblin? You're kidding, right? You're kidding. Yeah, the Japanese one is pretty good. Also... Oh, Bleach live action is pretty good. Have you guys given it a chance? It's pretty good. I was surprised. I watched it for shits and giggles and then found out it's pretty good. The FMA one is kind of... I don't particularly like it. I think out of all the live actions I have watched, Tokyo Revengers was okay. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers live action was okay. Bleach was good. There was another one. What was it? There was another live... Oh, Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is really good. Yeah. Last time I did a movie was a major disappointment. Oh, the movie? Oh, isn't that the one everyone memes about? I didn't even give it a try. What's Space Dandy? Back when I was younger, I could enjoy every anime that happened to pop up in front of me, but now I'm really selective because I'm more interested with writing. Oh yeah, of course. I am also very selective with the anime that I watch. Talking about that, my current favorite, well, it has become my current favorite, is Bartender Kami no Glass, or a Glass of God. It's so good. The vibes is prime. It's like the vibes I go for at the Deep Blue. It's perfect. It's like what I've been watching like every day, like one episode per day. Yeah, Bartender is really good. I'm glad you guys recommended me to watch it. It's the music is really good too, like the lo-fi that they play and everything, and then the shit that they say. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's my kind of thing. It's probably okay if you know nothing about Last Airbender, but if you know the source material, it was a massive insult. No, I used to be very much into Last Airbender. I always wished I could waterbend and bloodbend people. Why do you think I'm a sea fox? Well, no, I mean, yeah, water has always been my thing, okay? It's just always been my thing. Why do you think Vaporeon has always been my favorite Pokemon? So when I used to very much be into Last Airbender because I thought waterbending was so fucking cool. Death Parade? No, I did not. I have not. Oregairu, best piece of fiction ever. What's Oregairu? Bloodbend people? Now you can. Me? Bloodbending people? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a mage, you know? Check out Rurouni Kenshin's OVAs. Honestly, this is the greatest anime that I've ever watched. I could even recommend new people to skip TV version because these OVAs are great by themselves. I think I've watched them, but also I don't remember. Look, I may be many years old, which is up to question as to how old I am exactly. Obviously, I will never tell you guys. But my memory doesn't stay. Meaning, I've gone through a lot of things, I've watched a lot of things, I've experienced a lot of things. My memory is very selective though, unfortunately. And not as evergreen as you would think a possible deity would be. Trinidad, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. So later, Fire Force season 3 is coming out. I'm excited for that. It's season 3, right? Yeah, season 3. I'm very excited for Fire Force. It's one of my favorite animes too, with very good music as well. It's living here and now. Yeah. Can you imagine? Look, I think I'd like to think that it's somewhat a blessing as well, because if you live for so long, right? And then you remember everything. What if I become fucking Eren Yeager? You know what I mean? So this curse of a relatively short memory is pretty good. If I could say so myself. Space Dandy out sometimes. It's like a mixed pot of anything. You got adventure, action, and Dancing Academy, deep and all. It sounds very familiar though. I feel like I've heard about it. No, not Soul Eater. Fire Force. Fire Force has a new season, anime season. By the way, do you want a song? We can sing one or two, and then we could go back to yapping. Thoughtful yaps, okay? Thoughtful yaps. I don't even know what I want to sing today. We'll see. Only jazz though. That's the constraint today. We're only gonna sing jazz. What jazz should I sing? What jazz should I sing? Let's see. We can start with Sunday Morning. Let's start. It's not Sunday, but we shall sing Sunday Morning. Let me pick a version here. Alright. Rosario Vampire? Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar? Hold on guys, let me capture the audio real quick. Okay. Ready? There's a jazz version. Maybe we should do that version. Which version should I do? Now I'll just do the acoustic. Oh, that's loud. I haven't warmed up. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Still some cover, share some skin. Clouds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the mold that I am in. But things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. And I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it'll lead me back to you. That someday it'll lead me back to you. That may be all I need. In darkness, she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving sun Sunday morning. I never want to leave. Fingers trace her every outline. Paint a picture with my hands. Back and forth we say like branches in a storm. Change the weather, still together when it ends. That may be all I need. In darkness she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving on Sunday morning. I never want to leave. Things just get so crazy. Living life gets hard to do. Sunday morning rain is falling and I'm calling out to you. Singing someday it'll bring me back to you. Find a way to bring myself back home to you. That may be all I need. And darkness, she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving on Sunday morning. I never want to leave. Dude, I have not warmed up. I'm sorry if I messed up, okay? Now let me find something else. Yeah, I have not warmed up. What else should we sing? I don't know what else we should sing. You guys got any ideas? My only requirement is that it either has to be jazz or chill. Oh wait, jazz. Let me introduce you to one song that's like my fave. My fave. Is it this one? Here. Here. Oh, I don't know that song. I'm sorry, Alfie. I'm not the most well-versed with songs. Here. Jazz, guys. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on day without you? You took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on day without you? You took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? So why not take That is All of Me by Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah. I could sing some Julie London later, but we'll see. We'll see. I have not warmed up. Oh my god. I don't know why I keep on doing karaoke streams whilst having never warmed up. Karma Red, thank you for the follow. Oh, welcome to the Deep Blue. Thank you for the hydrate. As of recently, my favorite music to work to is actually love songs from 40s, 50s, or 60s. And I also spent quite a bit of time just waking up to jazz a lot, mostly Julie London and Chet Baker. So I have been thinking, should I maybe get an old vinyl record, like an old vinyl player? I'm thinking, you know, because I don't know. But I am also thinking, where the fuck will I store the vinyls, man? The Deep Blue is full enough already. I've been thinking about these sort of things lately, you know, having more physical possessions and stuff. Despite wanting a more minimalist lifestyle, because that's the easier way to go. But I have noticed lately that there is some significance, or there is some value to having physical things. Like, for example, digital photos versus a photo album, or ebooks versus having proper books, you know? Not proper, but like physical books, that's what I mean. It's R&B though, not jazz or Stevie Wonder. Oh, I don't know that song. But I can sing some R&B, I think. Depending if I know the song. Vinyl collecting can become a deep hole to drive into. Yeah, I noticed it's something that my friends have been doing a lot. So I'm thinking maybe we should have one for the Deep Blue, you know, considering I like listening to so much jazz. And I did ask my friend that the good thing about these vinyls is that you get to hear a way in which music used to be mixed that's very much different to nowadays. But then I'm like, but you can kind of hear that anywhere from like Spotify, for example. So truly, I do think that the value of having like a vinyl player is truly just having physical copies of things. Like, you remember the days when you would have tapes and you would literally make mixtapes for your friends, like a playlist, and then you could write stuff on it, that sort of feeling. Or like the days you would buy a CD and then there's like, I don't know, some fan sign or something like that, fan sign from your favorite artist or idol. There's like little souvenirs tucked inside. That sort of feeling of receiving something physical, and although fleeting sort of satisfaction, it's still nice, you know. When you buy ebooks, you don't really feel anything, but when you buy a physical book, it feels so nice. Let's talk about it. Thank you for becoming a tiling for 4 months straight. I finally made it to the stream. Yes, you did. Welcome. Love the old songs and old cars. Old cars cost millions of dollars now. I feel broke when I see rich guys driving old cars. Wait, if it's like old vintage, when you say old cars, do you actually want to drive them, or do you just want to collect them? Oh my god, saying that you want to collect them makes you sound even more bougie. But yes, the older things are nowadays, the more value it gets. I was just watching Glass of God, right? And the one episode I just watched, basically they went to a distillery, a whiskey distillery, Yamazaki's Suntory distillery. And I remember a while back, I think it was a year back or so, they ran out of the 20-year-old hibikis, I believe. Yeah, the 21, 22 years aged hibiki, a Japanese whiskey. And that made me think, yeah, actually, how do you even manage the inventory for such things? Things where it requires you to age for 20 years. What happens when the stock gets fucked up, for example? Or like, how do you even predict how much you should be making for the years to come? It's crazy stuff. I think about it, I'm like, I don't think I would want to be in such a business where one of my products takes 2 years to properly transform into something of value. That's scary business, isn't it? barbecue chips. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I want to drive and collect old cars. 1955 Mercedes Benz 300 SLR. I have no idea what any of that means. I'm not really a car person, but it's good to have such things, you know. It's good to have such aspirations, even if they may not be of, say, productive working value. Like it's not like investment stuff, but you know, as people living on this planet, killing time until we die, we should find joy in little things, right? Even things that maybe some people might find fruitless, or things some people might find as a hassle. We should be able to find such little things to at least to make the time that we have here a little bit more enjoyable, right? And yes, bookshops. I love going to bookshops. Old bookshops especially. Oh my god, something about the smell of books, man. I smoke. Is that a bad hobby? It was for me. Yeah, if smoking or cigarettes did not have the health repercussions that it gave me, I would still be smoking IRL. That's why I only smoke virtually now, guys. I mean, cigarettes were fun. Not fun, sorry, but it provided a way. The thing is, like, according to research, what cigarettes do is that it kind of helps you solidify memories more, according to research, because there's a little boost of serotonin or dopamine, a little boost of dopamine, sorry, for every drag of ciggy that you get. And so it helps you remember special moments, or like moments better, because there's that surge of dopamine. And that is usually when I used to smoke a lot. It's when I'm meeting new people and I'm having good vibes and stuff like that. I would grab a ciggy, those sort of things. So the days where I did smoke, that was great. Those were great times. But the health repercussions, nah, unfortunately. Smoking is bad. Yes, smoking is bad. Yeah, I think in general, doing stuff leisurely in general is okay, but when you start getting dependent on stuff, it's not particularly good now, is it? For example, I have a friend who's I don't know whether you can classify her as an alcoholic, but she drinks every day. But I know a lot of people who aren't alcoholics and drink every day. You know, like they drink one glass of wine and they're fine, sort of thing. But like she drinks every day, and sometimes she would get shit-faced drunk, like on different days of the week. And I remember her ex telling me that it was tiring to live with her, because when she did not, if she wasn't drinking, she's just so irritable. Yes. Why does that sound so weird? Yeah, basically she gets irritated very easily. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I guess that's how it is generally when you're dependent or anything. Or like, I don't know if you guys saw, there was like this Twitter post of a school teacher actually saying that teaching kids nowadays feels very different, because they have the worst level of apathy she's ever seen. They don't care about shit, and also they act like addicts, meaning they're so used to being in front of the screen and having flashing lights and just very dopamine laced stuff all the time. Like shit has to be bright flashing lights and interesting and crazy for them to be able to keep their attention, that they're pretty much addicts of dopamine and screen time. So when they are not allowed they're not allowed screen time, or like when they're in a situation where there's nothing that's not instigating, there's nothing that's like activating their dopamine immediately and ferociously, they would get very irritable and easily emotional and angry, just like addicts would. So I've been thinking about that lately, like not just like cigarettes or like smoking and stuff like that, even like screen time. Basically I think we can get even I have gotten addicted to many things, and hearing that on Twitter, I'm like, oh, a lot of things make sense, and I should rethink about maybe the amount of screen time that I have in a day. I think the source of all addiction. Yeah, hi there, Monchi. But yeah, I've been thinking about that. What addictions do we have in our day to day? It doesn't have to be like, oh, drugs or something. Nah, but it's more like sometimes we can get addicted to little things, like for example gaming. Yeah, that's definitely somewhere there. And for example, like screen time. I don't know, I guess I was just rethinking about all that. Sugar, yeah, for sure. Addicted to cars. I wonder how people will grow up with so much dependency to screen and media. Yeah, I know, but like I've seen it with my own nephews and nieces. I see how they are when their iPad gets taken away, and it is not a pretty sight. Being online is an addiction. Can be, yes, I would say being online could definitely be an addiction. But like, I'm not one to judge. I don't know how much every single person spends on whatever possible addiction they may have, right? I can say for myself though that I guess, as a content creator, one of your easiest addictions is to check your YouTube analytics every once in a while. I would say that I do that too often too, or even like screen time and stuff like that. And man, I was just thinking about this today too. Well, you know what's sad about like screen time addiction? Because I literally felt this today. I was in between work and I was waiting for my the guy who's working on it to finish his shit so I can start doing it too. So basically I was waiting on this thing to be done for like a few minutes, and I pulled out my phone. I scrolled through my phone for like 15 minutes or so, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so boring. And I thought to myself, isn't it crazy that the phone and say scrolling through Twitter or YouTube is probably the most crazy dopamine thing that you can instantly get, and it's also the most accessible, and it's supposed to be the most entertaining, but in the midst of all that you could still consider that it's boring? It doesn't sound right, How is it that scrolling through your phone can be boring? Also addicted to cars. I'm starting to study all physics behind them, and I'm even making a hypercar that impersonates VTubers. I mean, it's okay to have hobbies or interests, man. But if it starts affecting you in other ways that aren't particularly well, then that's a bad sort of addiction in it. Kids should socialize and play outside than giving an iPad so they won't grow up stubborn or dependent. My stance is more like, sure, kids, they should be introduced to technology later on in life. But earlier stages in their life, yes, definitely, I would think that they should not be on their screens, if at all. They should be introduced to phones and iPads later on when at least their brain has developed in other ways that is just not too reliant on easy dopamine from videos. Streaming can be an addiction too, and sometimes it can literally consume you. Yeah, I know that a lot of people actually stream to kind of get away. I mean, I do too, technically. A lot of people do. People think that maybe people stream because, they have an audience. But no, for a lot of people, I think streaming is a nice getaway as well. And sometimes it's such a nice getaway that you end up streaming, say, 9 or 10 hours a day. 8, 9, 10. Which I personally think is too much. I don't think I could ever do that. But I have done that before, and as I have observed it with other people, I have thought, I wonder what it does to you when you stream so much every week and take up so much of your day just streaming. How would that affect you? How would that affect you as a person, and how would that affect you as a streamer and as an entertainer? Because my general thinking is that to be able to be an interesting person on stream, you would have to constantly have interesting input, meaning that you need to constantly have interesting experiences so you can talk about many interesting things. That's why I don't stream too much on top of other stuff, of course, that I have going on. But that's my general sentiment about streaming. But so I do wonder, what does streaming so much does to a person? Not only dopamine level, but internet also got a lot of disinformation, and parents need to talk about to kids about critical thinking. Oh, definitely. Being glued to phone is my only way to study race cars physics. Well, yeah. Speaking of gaming, do you remember the talk about IRL playstyle? Mine is the Explorer. How do you think I should apply this to my day-to-day life? Explorer. Let me check what the Explorer does, just to make sure that I'm not assuming things. That was a topic that's a while back, man. Having a schedule is by far the best decision you've made. Approved. Yeah, but also, what's your play style? Psychology. Hold on. Oh, some people have commented that, Noira, why don't you stream more? It's because I think I have this awareness or my personal thinking of that earlier, where I'm like, I feel like to be able to stay interesting and, you know, a decent host of the Deep Blue, I need to have a good balance in my life, because if I don't, I'll just end up being burnt out, and then just to be a horrible host for all of you guys, right? That's how I feel. Let's see, the Explorer. All of us start life driven to explore our world. Some people never lose the enthusiasm for it. Exploration becomes their preferred path to a play state, their way of provoking the imagination. Think Anthony Bourdain, Richard Branson, or Jane Goodall. Exploring can be physical, literally going to new places, or emotional, searching for a new feeling or a deepening of the familiar through music, movement, or even flirtation. Exploration can also be mental, such as researching a new subject or seeking out new points of view. So it's more the curiosity side, which is kind of similar to me. How would that apply to your day-to-day? Then I think you would be the type to kind of just try new things out, right? And as someone who is kind of like that too, though probably not to much of a serious extent, but I would assume you would be the one to, I would say, put yourself in situations in which you could constantly be exposed to trying new things. Oh, that sounds like a good fun, doesn't it? Like traveling, or like be in communities where you get to meet like a bunch of different people, or like say use that app that lets you meet strangers, that sort of stuff. Escapism is the main reason, but charisma and personality bright the most. You're great in that aspect, I believe. Also, yeah, the topics you bring every time are bonus. Thank you, NZB. Konbanwa. Konnichiwa, Mr. Big Boss HD. Konnichiwa. Why would you want to slide into my DMs, Ikuzen? You would rather worship the sea fox. Good. Yes. Grovel before me. Yeah, shit, what were we talking about earlier before I jumped into playstyles? Yeah, streaming balance. I have mentioned this before, I think, but I think it's always an intriguing topic to talk about. But just for you guys who maybe haven't heard me talk about this, the internet provides a view, or social media, obviously the social media algorithm that kind of encourages posts with a lot of engagement to get pushed to you. And what that means is that because the algorithm is optimized in that way, you have what you see on social media is a different reality to what you experience in your real life. Research was also done about this. No, sorry, I'm jumping. But basically, social media gives like a very weird reality that's not particularly real. And people don't realize this, and they think that whatever they see on social media could very much be what they will experience in real life. And it's to the point that people can't even agree on a shared reality. Yeah, I think I heard someone on a podcast talk about it. And recently I watched a video from Kurzgesagt. I never can say that name. I can't pronounce anything in German. Kurzgesagt, whatever. The burb channel. I watched a video about them saying that I think we would all assume, or the general sentiment is that usually because the social media algorithm is in a way that's optimized towards you, you would see views you would have more of a homogenous community or people similar to you on social media and similar opinions to you compared to real life. But when research was actually done towards that, it's actually the other way around. On social media, what actually happens is that you end up rather having very different views that are separate, that are very different to yours. So you get very extreme views, for example. You don't really get to surround yourself with, you don't end up surrounding yourself with people who are similar to you because of how the social media algorithm works. Rather, if you're talking about people who are similar to you, they're the people within your physical proximity and your general social community, where you live, where you stay, the friends that you hang out with. Those are the people who are similar to you. So 2015 kara, oh my god, I can't read kanji. ちょっとめたい Oh my god. ちょっと待って、私の日本語はちょっとit's been a while, man. Hold on. I need to translate that. Oh my god. なんだっけ。Oh, okay. だろうな。SNS はちょっとやばいね。It's actually 怖かった。はい。Yeah, definitely. Social media is quite... it's dangerous. And the worst thing about it, I think, is that people don't realize the consequences of it and just how dangerous it could be. You become isolated from the people around you physically. Oh, that too. Yeah, definitely. Because like when you think that when you start using social media and you get pushed like these extreme opinions or posts that have performed very well engagement wise, and then you start assuming that that's just how a lot of people will be, when in reality it's not like that. You argue with yourself and then you argue with the people around you too. You start assuming that the stranger you see next door is like that random person on the internet that got pushed by algorithm, when really it's not. It's similar, like when we're talking about VTuber drama, right? I think that most people on Twitter, if you consume VTuber content, you'd get pushed to VTuber drama. When honestly, I think a good chunk of VTubers actually aren't that drama driven. You know what I mean? So then you get some people who assume that indie VTubers are so cringe, they're so drama and diva, there's so much shit going around, I hate the VTuber community. When really, it's just it's not really like that. Living on the clouds, people used to say. Now it's living on the internet. 100% agreed on that. In terms of social media bias, I found the news accumulator helps keep my perspective. We've all got to be wise with navigating the internet, because after all, it is quite unnatural. I would say that if we're taking the theory of us still technically evolving from our ancestors, and our ancestral tendencies still kind of our ancestral tendencies still kind of seep through. Our ancestors are definitely not made for such a wide network of virtual people. So there are some like weird quirks in which our brain operates that makes us very prone to succumbing to stupid social media bullshit. Watch the Kurzgesagt video if you want to learn more about that. They kind of talk about all of that. Oh, wow. Quite a yap already, huh? The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. I mean, there's both good and bad. There's both good and bad, but I don't know. I just hope that going forward, the younger generation at least gets enough awareness and education to be able to navigate through the internet properly and navigate through technology properly. The thing is, like, I don't know whether it's been like this since forever, but I think our general culture nowadays is that you send kids to school so you don't have to take care of them. It's kind of like a daycare for kids, more so than you actually being fully interested in what they're learning and what's happening to them. I'm not saying it's particularly wrong or anything or judging it. It's just, it is what it is. That's my observation. And because also in our current modern times, it is very much more often for, say, people to be busier because you're trying to make ends meet, right? And thus you might have the natural tendency when you have a kid to be like, okay, you if it can make you ease your day just a tad so you can focus on work more or rest, you may be very much tempted to let them be, and that might end up being, okay, I'll let them just do whatever on the internet, I'll give them screen time, I'll give them the iPad, they should just stay in school longer. Yeah, sure, I'm not even gonna care about what they do in school as long as I need to focus on making money. That sort of stuff. That's my observation though. Maybe it's a very skeptical observation, but that's my personal observation. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely much more visible during lockdown days, because I remember the many parents who just got frustrated with having kids at home. You know, when I remember the online meetings where parents just look stressed because they had to work with kids around. Parenting these days sure ain't easy. Yeah, I think it's very much hard. Is it harder than back then? That I don't know in particular. I've never looked it up, but it's hard. Parents don't parent anymore. Is it their fault though, or is it just like the natural progression of the society that's making it become that way, right? Stay in school, stop watching VTubers. Moderation, right? And school systems are also questionable, but I'm not going to talk about that because I always yap about that. I think the best sentence that has ever summed up what I think about school is from the book that I'm reading right now, Emotional Intelligence, where they say that TLDR, not the exact words, but what they say is that shouldn't we be questioning about our standards and ideas of current intelligence? I mean, consider it. Nowadays, when you do really good at school, when you're a high achiever at school, the job you get, the best job you'd be optimized for would be being a teacher, which isn't particularly the most highest paying job, nor the most quote unquote valuable, in a sense. You get what I mean? So should we be rethinking our education and intellectual system? Which is very fair, right? So I have a whole thought about school as well. But also when it comes to these systemized things, a lot of the times it's also like, you know, sometimes it's easier to just keep it as is rather than change it, or it just might cost too much to change. However, the good thing is that there are many new curriculums and new frameworks of teaching that are popping up. So at least that's that. It's a skill, unfortunately, and not taught at all. Most parents don't even support the child's passion for something they love, like being a mechanic or being a designer and some stuff. Yeah, because I think A lot of parents are still stuck in that mentality, or even people nowadays are still stuck in the mentality of productivity. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. They're still stuck in the mentality that you need to be an office worker and work hard to be able to make decent money and be successful. You have this notion kind of I wouldn't say brainwashed, but you have this notion kind of just pushed onto you as you were growing up that if you perform well, you'll achieve great things and success. When in reality, nowadays especially, because it's much harder to work hard and get somewhere compared to back then, because we have technology and automation, you can't just work harder and get a lot of money anymore, you know? In reality, it's not hard work mostly that gets you success. So a lot of adults, I feel like, are very disappointed by the fact that they work hard and they don't particularly get anywhere. When technically it's not that it's particularly the society's fault. It's just our general outdated notion that, okay, working hard equals achievement. When you grow up and you start being a little bit more open-minded, you realize that that's not really the case. Sure, it can provide the foundations, but does it really mean success? Unfortunately, the world isn't that like that. It's not that simple. I disprove the mathematical school physics when it comes to racing lines. Wow, you are really fully racing, all about racing, huh? Relatable to my Asian parents. It's too outdated, like 30 years behind. Yeah, but I don't know. It's been... How can you even change such things? It's such an ingrained thing, right? Working hard equals success. If you do good at school, it'll mean success. When in reality, when you do good in school, you become a good lecturer. And it just means that you have good memory and stuff like that. It's very nuanced, very nuanced. I guess it worked during simpler times, right? Such thoughts made sense in simpler times. Nowadays, it's much more complex with technology, AI, this and that, and the fact that it's not all about just manufacturing jobs anymore. It's a lot more complex than that. It's mostly an intellectual brain power economy rather than brute force and grunt work. Just like how they say, how the idea of productivity is very much well entrenched in the frameworks of manufacturing. That's why a lot of people think of productivity as something that's 0 and 1, something that can be easily measured and easily done. And if you can't be productive, something is particularly wrong. When being productive in a current intellectual economy or like in brain power matters is a totally different thing, isn't it? It's not like manufacturing. Even that is being replaced by AI. Yes. That's why we've ought to adapt, right? Humans are very adaptable creatures. I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure you guys can do it. Yeah, I can't remember shit at all, so I can relate. Ras Sabura is so committed to racing. Everything you say is literally surrounding racing. I'm quite impressed, dude. I'm quite impressed. If I became a doctor, they're doomed. Why? There's a limit to the flesh, Noira. Do you think there's a limit to the brain? Another thing that another topic that I stumbled across is that someone's saying that when you're... Let me just read the tweet for you guys. So the context is that... I bookmarked it because I thought it was very interesting. The context is that there's this guy who says that he tried his best in engineering class or something, and then he told his fellow mates that I think I'm at my limit. Like literally, I'm at my intellectual limit. It's not that I can't, as much as I try harder to work on studying and everything, I just can't. So I do believe I have achieved my intellectual limit, and that's just it. And then this guy, who is actually the co-founder of Twitch way back when. I don't know if he is anymore. Where is it? Let Let me find the quote. His name is Emmett Shear. He says, most people have never hit their cognitive. Oh my God, why can't I read? Hold on. Most people have never hit their cognitive ceiling, nor have they hit their effort ceiling. The first ceiling most people hit is clarity and consistency of intention. And so it can seem that's the only real variable. Meaning that it's not that a lot of people hit their, say, ceiling in effort or brains. Most of the times it's more so they don't see where they're going or what they're doing it for. Like they don't see the point of doing it. And that is also related to the consistency. Wait, no. Yeah. So they don't see the vision, or they're not consistent with the vision, stuff like that. So basically they're saying it's not that it's a physical cap or like it's a brain cap or something. There's a hard limit. More so it's that you don't see the vision or you're not consistent with your vision, which made me think. I think to a certain extent it's true. Yeah, I think to a certain extent it's true. It's more so you go, you do something, and then at one point you go, oh, what's the point of all this? And then you lose all your drive to even try some more, right? Most people don't hit it, but those limits do exist. It's why I consider the best measure of intelligence to be maximum complexity that you can process. I do think that, I don't know, of a limit, because I'm on the side where I think if you can explain and teach everything simple enough, you will probably be able to learn whatever it is. It's just a matter of how you learn or how you teach it. But am I just too much of an optimist? Who knows? I don't know. It's more so like I haven't seen it. I know like all the people that I have met that that I deem like, oh my God, why can't you do this? Technically, I feel like if I taught them or if someone else taught them, they would be able to do it if they got taught properly and if they're in the right environment. But it would take a lot of time. But it doesn't. Does that become a statement of their intellectualism? I don't know. Having the drive for it too, yeah. Sort of existential crisis. Part of when you don't know where you're going, so you need to find that spark again. Oh yeah, definitely. Finding that fire. Finding that that drive, that vision, which I went through. It's an interesting podcast by the way, guys, if you want to listen to it. It's a podcast of Ali Abdaal and this other guy that I can't remember. It's called Not to Overthink. It's basically talking about they basically talk about how Ali Abdaal feels like he's lost his spark, his fire, and he doesn't have the motivation to grind anymore, and he couldn't figure out why. TLDR, that's what it is. And it's a very interesting conversation. And yeah, let's sing something. That was a yap and a half. I don't know how I come up with these topics. Somehow talking with you guys, these topics just flow. It's crazy. It's crazy. However, let me also say that if you maybe don't see the vision of things, or like can't seem to find a spark, consider perhaps that you may not have figured out what your core values are, aka you don't even know what you want. You can't. How are you supposed to find out what you want when you don't even know what you want? So consider maybe that you should first figure out what you want. Maybe figure out what your core values are, see if it makes sense before trying to determine a path of visibility. You walked into straight facts? What, how, in which part did you actually walk into? Let me sing something then. Just to break it up a tad, right? Let's have a little bit of sing time. What should we sing? What should we sing, guys? Whiskey Neat. Hosier. My fave. I sang this for the membership stream too, but it's okay. You guys will just have to listen to it again. Too sweet karaoke. Let's do an acoustic version of it. I wish I had whiskey right now. It can be said I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say a word. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well? You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight, but then you wake up for the sunrise. You know you don't gotta pretend, baby, now and then. Don't you just wanna wake up dark as a lake, smelling like bonfire, lost in a haze? If you're drunk on life, babe, I think that's great. But while in this world, I think I'll take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. Oh my god, I need my pour of whiskey. Welcome, welcome guys, if you just got here. I aim low, I aim true, and the ground's where I go. I work late where I'm free from the phone, and the job gets done, but you worry somehow, no. But who wants to live forever, babe? You treat your mouth as if it's heaven's gate, the rest of you like you're the TSA. I wish I could go along, baby, don't get wrong. Fucked up. As soft as the rain, pretty as a vine, sweet as a grape. If you can sit in a barrel, maybe I'll wait until that day. I'd rather take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. Haven't had whiskey in ages. Whiskey is a good drink to wind down to. Yeah, take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. Let's go with this for the next song. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you in awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain, listening to you hop on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah blah blah. Oh, how I wish you wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? I haven't sang this song for a while. Welcome, by the way, Mina. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed, staring into the moon. Unrequited, terrifying love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a fool, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. I know I loved you from the start. What other song should we sing, guys? What other jazzy song is there? Hey, welcome, Talking Masks. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue, and thank you for the hydrate. One more song, shall we, before we go back into it? Yeah. What's a jazzy song? Do you guys know any jazzy songs or like acoustic songs we could sing, perhaps? Plastic Love? I wonder if there's actually a jazzy version of Plastic Love. Whoops. It'd be nice if there was. There is one. But I always fuck up this one because I fuck up the timing. Thank you, Leonidas. Ooh, I don't know any of the songs you guys gave. I know Leave the Door Open. Maybe we could try this one. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue, Leonidas. Yeah, Friday Night Plans version, it's my favorite. But like, I always get the timing wrong. That's the thing. Pray that I actually get it right. Let's see. Let me get the lyrics real quick. Alright. Oh, I know Silk Sonic. I know their songs. I love Anderson .Paak, by the way. Well. Oh, that's too close. 突然のキスや熱い眼差して恋のプログラムを色あせないでね出会いと別れ上手に打ち込んで時間でくれば終わる Don't hurry 愛に傷ついた あの日からずっと昼と夜が逆の暮らしを続けて部屋のディスコで踊り明かすうちに覚えた魔術なのよ I'm sorry 私のことを決して本気で愛さないで恋なんてただのゲーム楽しめばそれでいいの閉ざした心を飾る派手なドレスも靴も孤独な友達This is my favorite version of Plastic Love. Watashi wa susou hito wa hiniku na mono ne itsumo kare ni niteru wa naze ka omoide to 重なり合うグラスを落として急に涙ぐんでも明けは尋ねないでね夜服の高速で眠りにつく頃ハロゲンライトだけ怪しく輝く氷の夜に冷たい女だとささやく声がしても Don't worry I'm just playing games I know that's plastic love Dance to the plastic beach Another morning comes I'm just playing games I know that's plastic love Dance to the plastic beach Another morning comes Mayonaka no door, we can do that and then we'll go back into yaps, yeah? Because this isn't supposed to be a karaoke stream. If this was a karaoke stream, it wouldn't be in the just chatting category. I'm just playing games Plastic love Dance to the plastic beach Another morning comes That is Plastic Love Friday Night Plans version Just chatting or singing to ourselves. I try. I haven't taken my vocal lessons for like a full ass month and a bit, so I hope it's not too bad. Okay, let's do Stay With Me. Hold on. Let me see. There is no jazz version. So, let's do the acoustic version. Or do you guys want the city pop one? No, let's do acoustic. Nah, let's do city pop. You're right. Let's do city pop. So much for jazz. It's my love to you. I feel like I should be standing up singing this. Watashi wa watashi, anata wa anata to. Hold on. ゆうべ言ってたそんな気もするわグレーのジャケットに見覚えがあるコーヒーのシミ相変わらずなのねショーウィンドウに二人映ればStay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでと泣いたあの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 口癖を言いながら二人の時を抱いてまだ忘れず大事にしていたスーパーチャットありがとう Thank you for the super chat, Sly 恋と愛とは違うものだよとゆうべ言われたそんな気もするわ二度目の冬が来て離れていたあなたの心振り返ればいつもそこにあなたを感じていたの Stay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き心に穴が開いたあの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 寂しさ紛らわして置いたレコードの針同じメロディー繰り返していたStay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでと泣いたあの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 口癖を言いながら二人の時を抱いて温めてた Stay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでと泣いたあの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 口癖を言いながら二人の時を抱いてまだ忘れず温めてた Stay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでと泣いたあの季節が今目の前 Stay with me Damn, that song is kind of high, huh? Need official cover of this? You know, the Plastic Love cover I did was like very long ago, and I feel like very shy of that cover I did of Plastic Love because it's so different to how I sing nowadays. I think my voice also sounds very different in general. Hi, Real Pinky Beans, how are you? I am doing good. We have actually been yapping a lot prior to this. And just be friends. We could do that. We can do that. Oh, but is there like a jazzy version of it? I don't really want to belt at like 11 p.m. though. I'll sing a chill version of Just Be Friends if you can find it. By the way, once again, Slime Maverick, thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Really do appreciate it. And Elegos and Villithos, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. You guys sound like brothers. Elegos and Villithos. You're at home with some boba? What kind of boba? Yeah, because if we're talking like technicality wise, ever since I got like Vocaloid lessons, ever since I got vocal lessons, I feel like I sing in a different way. Apparently back then I sang in a bad way. That's actually really bad for my vocal cords. So ever since then, my vocal teacher actually taught me to kind of, you know, sing properly. Did you realize today was a singing stream? I came in thinking you'd be yapping. We are supposed to yap. It just so happens that we're slipping in a few singing songs, like a few songs, every once in a while. Noira Vocaloid? There is a fast jazz version of Just Be Friends. Oh, really? I know that there's a band version of Just Be Friends. I don't know if there's a karaoke of it. But let me see. We have had good yaps, and also, are you done from work, Ninja? I don't see it. I don't see a jazz version of Just Be Friends. Just Be Friends karaoke. Yeah, I don't see it. I only see like a piano version, and that's it. We can try later. Yes, it is a yap and sing stream because I think Sheena mentioned that we used to do this thing called Noira Radio, by the way, where it was basically yapping, thematic yapping and karaoke somewhere in the middle. So I have not been able to do that lately because I just haven't planned for such streams. It's those kind of things that I can't really do as impromptu as regular streams, right? So I figured let's at least do this yap and sing session, although it's not a full-on like Noira Radio, but it's something similar. I started learning to sing myself, and although I don't have a coach to direct and instruct me, I do feel big improvements from how I sang years ago. Oh, definitely. I think nowadays YouTube tutorials can take you a long way. Silk Sonic song, can you sing? Leave the Door Open. What other Silk Sonic songs are there? Let me see. Yeah, I can sing Leave the Door Open. I think that's the only song that I'm confident of singing. So we can sing that. Only on lunch break right now. Also wanted to congratulate you on all the hard work for the subreddit. You and Vin should be proud of what you accomplished. And it's not... We wouldn't have done it without you, Ninja. Because I do reckon that you played a huge part in it. If it isn't for you, I don't think the Deep Blue community would be so active because you so consistently post content and memes and everything for the Deep Blue and for the community. So thanks, Ninja, our resident minstrel. Talking about the subreddit, guys. You guys should check it out. So we recently revamped our subreddit so that it's more structured. There's a place for everything. You guys can even write your own writings, fan lore, fanfic, or even make up your own lore of how you guys stumbled upon the Deep Blue and your Deep Blue OC, basically. You guys can do that all in the subreddit. So if you haven't already, please go over there, r/Noira, and join it. There's a lot of good stuff there, and I did a big lore drop on it. And I'm very proud of that lore. I'm very happy that the lore that we have is like very organic, you know, it grew with the Deep Blue. Jack John, thank you for the super chat. Super chat, arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the deep blue. It was a pee pee poo poo to confuse Noira. Why are you making me say pee pee poo poo? What the fuck? Yeah, Ninja is a huge part of the activity of the titlings here at the Deep Blue. So thanks, guys. I hope that one day the titlings become a very active and wholesome community. I think that's what I want. That would be beautiful, and that would be perfect. It would just become a super wholesome bunch. A place where we can talk about the stuff that we talk about here on stream, extended version on Reddit, being able to talk about, say, the effects of screen time to our current generation, or like how to figure out the vision for your day to day and shit like that, you know, shit like that. Not particularly like productivity guru, more so like just talks about life. My favorite. The topics about life, right, guys? Just being able to because what I like about the Deep Blue is that we're all from different parts of the world, meaning we all have different perspectives. We're also all of different ages, different backgrounds, and everything like that, different stages of life. So I think to be able to talk about such things in life, talk about life things, life topics, would be a very interesting thing and very fun. Just saying my part, I hope to see more people than just me. Oh, I hope so too. Thanks, Ninja. You guys hear that? You titlings hear that? How about you guys give it a try? Give it a try at whatever things you guys want to contribute to the Deep Blue. You truly built something amazing. I don't know how it got here, but here we are. I truly don't know. It's to the point that I never really prepped anything, so let me just finish my tea. And it's thanks to you guys. All I do is that I'm just a sea fox who yaps at a bar, a small ass bar, and you guys happen to be the very loyal, wholesome patrons who come over every time and listen to me. So, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Usually when you go to a bar, it's usually the patrons who actually talk a lot, right? And then the bartender listens. But this time around at the Deep Blue, it's different, just the other way around. And you guys still stick with it, you know? So I appreciate that. How deep is the Deep Blue cult? We're not a cult. Legally and currently, we are not a cult. I don't know where you're hearing these from. But yeah, check out the lore that we have on the subreddit. It's canon, okay? I haven't even put it up on the website because I haven't had time to do so. Allegedly not a cult. No, we're 100% not a cult. But we have been getting a lot of cult allegations lately. Not sure how or why, honestly. I mean, we only listen to jazz and talk about life. Why would we be a cult, right? Why would we be a cult? Currently, we aren't legally a cult. I'm working on it. No, do not turn us into a legal cult. Don't do that. No, we're not a cult. But yeah, I've been going through some interesting topics these past days, and you know, I think that Ali Abdal podcast I would listen to is a very interesting one, because this is gonna sound a little weird, because it'll sound like it's coming from a place of privilege, but Ali Abdal was like talking about like how empty it feels once you have financial freedom. He was saying that, don't quote my words, okay, I'm obviously paraphrasing, but this is what I caught. He was saying that once you have financial freedom, it feels like you lose the fire that made you want to get there in the first place, you know? But that's how it is with everything and any achievement, isn't it? Like when you want to try to win the TI like twice, and then you do it, you just kind of fall off, don't you? Sorry, when I say TI, I'm talking about the Dota internationals. Since I would assume that not all of you guys play Dota. Speaking of jazz, what emotion do you think jazz invoked the most when listened to? What emotions? Thoughtful. I wouldn't say thoughtfulness. I would say calm. Definitely calm. If we aren't occult, what am I supposed to do with all these candles and ceremonial cloaks? Why do you have candles and ceremonial cloaks in the first place? No, all I need is a religious text, an audience, and an image of worship. I'm almost done. We're not a cult! But don't praise false idols. Do not worship false idols. Do not worship false idols. But we're not a cult. We're not a cult. And I'm not an idol. I only played D-Day back in the day. Yeah. You'll notice that when you... the winners of TI OG, they have mentioned feeling somewhat empty after winning the TI twice. That's like winning the worlds back-to-back, man. They were like, I think the first to be able to do that ever. TI 8 and TI 9. And you'll notice the same thing with people who get their achievement. You realize that, okay, that was their driving force in their life. And then when they reach it, they're like, okay, shit, that's it. What do I do next? And then they lose themselves. They lose themselves for a while. They lose even their identity for a while because they've always identified as to strive. They've always identified themselves as someone who's really fighting to get there. And then once you get there, you can't make it your identity anymore. So you kind of lose your sense of self. Everything starts to fall apart when you accomplish a goal. It's why goals are important to maintain in your life. When you accomplish one, take time to celebrate and set another. There's that conversation popped up in the podcast, and the other guy was actually asking, but because Ali Abdaal was saying that he sets goals every quarter, right, to keep himself going. So he has a vision every quarter. But the other guy actually argued and questioned, don't you think that's a little bit too superficial? It's not like something organic. Shouldn't you have something that's a little bit more long-term, something that's really that it's really something you want in your life and not just a quarterly goal? But then I also see both points of views, because I am also someone who prefers to operate in visible goals, because I feel like even 3 months is a very long time. So but yeah, there's two sides of the coin. The one guy was saying that you should figure out what your fire is, and they're different from the short-term goals that you have within your vicinity. Whilst Ali Abdaal is like, okay, I have been setting myself quarterly goals to the point that I've never really thought about having that ultimate goal, that fire, that spark, you know? And it's interesting to see both sides, and I understand both sides. Goals have deadlines. If not, it's just a dream. I think both goals are important. I have marker board for short-term goals and sticky notes for longer-term goals. Both motivate me for different reasons and different lengths. Oh yes, definitely. I think so too. And one of the topics that was talked about was also the fact that there are two types of fulfillments, or two types of fires. Two types of things you would be very motivated for, basically. Like two types of visions in your life. One is a work thing, the other one is a life thing. Now this might not be for everyone, I noticed, because some people are totally fine with not having work goals or like productive goals in a sense. But everyone needs to have a life goal, right? Everyone would want a life goal. For example, in life, for example, for me, I would love to be able to open a bar, and now I have the deep blue, by the way. I would love to be able to open a small bar in which I would get to be able to talk to my customers a lot and just pour some good drinks and have good conversations, right? That is what I want. Working goal? Do I have a working goal? I would like to be able to do as many creative projects as I can. I would like to turn... Yeah, I think that's why I'm a vtuber, by the way. I like being able to follow up on creative projects. That maybe is a work goal, making it possible to translate what's in my head into reality. The specifics, I don't know, it comes and goes, but that is generally my goal. For Ali Abdal, apparently, I think he said that he has a work goal, meaning he wants to achieve like a certain amount of revenue for his company, and he will deem that as a success if he does. But he doesn't really particularly have a life goal. And he says, and he was thinking about it, he was ruminating about it. And he was like saying, yeah, I've asked like other entrepreneur friends that I know, and they say that having a kid fills up that hole. And the other guy says, yeah, that only fills up the life part. It won't fill up the work part. Like if you have a kid, yes, it'll fill up the life part of that big gaping hole in your life that you're feeling. But at the end of the day, if you're someone who needs a work sort of fire lit, having a kid is not going to help with that. All looking for a purpose to life. Well, not everyone though. Some people are fine without a purpose. I think the bottom line is actually not to have a purpose, but the bottom line is whether you're actually satisfied or not with your current life or your current standing. I mean, if you're like totally okay with how you live and but like you're very happy, then why should you change, right? Why should you even seek another purpose if you're already happy? That's also another side of there are two sides. If you notice in the teaching of, would I say religion? No. I'm just gonna say many teachings, philosophical or religious, okay? There are two sides of the coin. One is letting go and appreciating what you have. Letting go of everything else, basically. No, wait. Let me rethink this. Let me structure this in my head. Okay, so if we're talking about like philosophy and religious texts, mostly they tell you to let go. Meaning you need to let go of these materialistic thoughts and mostly be satisfied with what you have and be mindful of everything and be intentional with everything that you have. You're not, they don't really teach you to constantly seek more, hustle more, and be more productive. That's the other spectrum of life, right? The productivity hustle culture. That's the other side of life where it's all about growth, right? Meanwhile, with philosophy and religious texts, it's not really about that. So there's two sides of the coin. Now, which one would be a good one for you or for me? I think that depends on the person. Just as how my friend back then asked me, because we were having something similar of this conversation. He was like asking me, okay, if say Buddhism is telling me to be satisfied with what I have and let go of these other thoughts that are just distractions, then how am I supposed to grow as a person, or how am I supposed to pursue things? And I couldn't answer that. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the answer is it really depends on what sort of balance you're trying to strike. I do think there's a balance somewhere of like wanting the happiness of pursuit, and being satisfied and letting go. There's a balance somewhere for everyone. Sometimes someone is on one of the ends of the spectrum sometimes someone is maybe in the middle or something. Am I making sense? But yeah, if you think about it, they're kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, hey? Yeah, the happiness of pursuit, it's a real thing, right? Meaning, there's fun in chasing things, but I notice it's not for everyone. I know some people who are totally fine with not chasing stuff and just staying as they are, and they are perfectly happy. Or at least they say so. I would assume they are, but they say so, that they're perfectly happy. It's not that they're dissatisfied. They literally say that they could just carry on living life like this and they're okay. And people from the outside, third person view, would see it as, okay, they're such a bum, or like, They're so not ambitious. They have no drive for living. But honestly, who are we to fucking say and judge? It's all about, at the end of the day, are you satisfied with your current life? Arguably, if they're happy with the current life that they have, wouldn't it mean that they have reached the ultimate life goal, which is to be content and happy? And meanwhile, you're the ambitious person who has not reached that point of happiness? If you're judging a person that way. So technically, that person you're calling a bum could be holding a W and you're the one with an L. Satisfaction and feeling content with where you are at go hand in hand for sure. I found myself reflecting and contemplating that from time to time. For philosophy, it also depends on which one someone decides to follow, because there's pathways that isn't a benefit for others in the long term. Then them not having a goal is not detrimental to others. Let them be content. Exactly. Who are you to judge? And yes, even with philosophical stuff, philosophy, it really depends, because philosophy is also made by people, meaning that these are people who had a certain way of living. So it might not 100% apply to you or be 100% exactly what you need. That's how it is. With religious stuff, I'm not even gonna comment on that, because I don't... Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that. But yeah, for philosophy, because it's made by people of various backgrounds, cultures, etc., it's only natural that one philosophy might seem more relevant to you than others, or might seem to be a better option for you than others. So yeah, let me drink some water. It's like a story of a fisherman who took a businessman out for a fishing trip. The businessman came up with a... Oh, I remember this story. I told this story. Why? So you can do what you want. Like what? Go fishing? Yeah, I've told that story before and I got like 23k views on YouTube. I botched the storytelling though, because I barely remembered the details. Same, I thought I let religion alone. Philosophy is constructed by people and used in all aspects of life. Personally, I'm just sticking around to help my parents. I honestly felt burnt out on life for the past decade. Well, I hope that you find a moment in which you can be happy. Or maybe if you need to, I hope you find that spark. It's never too late, to be honest. I do know that some people only find that spark later in life, because maybe they just worked their ass off too hard during their youth, or maybe they were just too caught up with superficial things that didn't actually matter at the end of the day, but they only realized it later when they were older. Yeah, those sort of things. Some people only find the spark, the contentment, and these sort of things later in life. So it's never too late. It's never too late. And also, adulting is tough. So it's understandable if maybe you feel like you don't have the luxuries of even considering these things yet. It's totally understandable. We all have different priorities in life, right? And different configurations of life. Ancient philosophy is kind of fun to read and learn about. I know nothing about philosophy. Only recently I have come to familiarize myself with names like Aristotle or like Epicurean and stuff like that, which was the topic that I was talking about previous stream. The static joys and the fleeting joys, which is something I want to talk about. Maybe tomorrow on Reddit, I'll put up a little thread where we can talk about that. Thanks to Ninja, by the way, if you're still here. Ninja suggested us to open the topic of what do you guys reckon are your fleeting joys and your static joys. Apparently it's an Epicurean thing that I have not really looked up, but I think it's an interesting concept, right? Because I want to do that for myself too. I want to figure out in my current state of life, what are currently my static joys and what are currently my fleeting joys? And is it a good balance, or maybe I'm lacking in the static ones? That's why I'm generally, I don't know, when I go out with my friends and everything, I'm quite happy, but like, you know, when I'm at home, I'm not really, you know, that sort of thing. One thing that baffles me is that the world has no adults. We're literally just floundering in life, even those so-called gurus. Oh yeah, for sure. I think everyone's struggling with life. A lot more people just hide it better than others. And then sometimes you have enlightened ones who have actually life relatively more figured out. And yes, technically adults are just children who are forced to forget to be children. Oh no, that's not the right way to say it. Basically, adults are, if you how would I put it? Adults are optimized humans for efficiency as much as they can be. That's what adults are. And it's not easy because it is kind of sad to let go of your childlike self, your sense of wonder, your sense of joy, that fun naivety, you know, living life less seriously way back when it felt like nothing really had bad consequences. Yeah, we try to be as efficient as possible when we're quote unquote adults, but it's never easy. Rewatching the VOD, I thought it was a good for group discussion. Oh yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to make a video of it even. So yeah, definitely we can have a discussion about that. I think TC also said someone shouldn't build only one identity. Oh yes, I did. I did say that. Funnily enough, I can't find where I heard that from, the whole different identity thing. I was pretty sure I heard it from a podcast, but I couldn't figure out what podcast. Me and my friends like to think that adults are just children with a bit more buying power. Hence, we try to play catch up with our childhood now that we have money. That's true. That's true. I mean, it's children with responsibilities and who just get very disenchanted with the world because of the shit that they have to go through. That's basically what adults are. Long time ago when I was a kid, I thought there are adults. Now as grown man, I always see only kids, young and old, each with their own struggles. Yeah, now that I mean, you notice that when you're older, you're an adult now, with this, you are aptly labeled an adult. You'll notice that you're just kind of like your younger self, but you're trying your best to pretend to be very, very responsible, no matter how hard it is. Code switching is a real thing. You can be serious at work and be your optimized self while finding avenues to express your wonder through time devoted for self-care. Definitely, definitely. But I think a lot of people also forget that. A lot of people kind of just fall into the mold of, okay, I have to be a serious adult. I have to be a skeptic. I have to not trust anyone. I have to just be disenchanted by silly things. I just have to be uninteresting. A lot of people fall into that mold. I'm not saying everyone, but I have seen some people fall into that mold because that's what they reckon being an adult is. And then they just kind of shove that childlike part of themselves away, like to the back of their mind. It's there, but they're hiding it as much as possible. I do think that I wish it wasn't that way. Thankfully for me, my life motto has been live life less serious. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't take it seriously, but it shouldn't mean that you should take it only seriously. You know what I mean? I do think personally, from what I experienced, that's the best way in experiencing life. I'm more transparent about being childlike. Adulting is like we tell everyone, including ourselves, we don't know everything or how to do everything, but we do the best we can with everyone around us. Yeah, and because you got people relying on you, sometimes you really can't crack, and you just have to look like you got everything intact. Because you know, like All Might in Boku no Hero Academia, like you know how All Might is a symbol of peace. When you're an adult and you have people relying on you, you'll be the symbol of whatever that is. You'll be the symbol of I don't know, strength, whatever you're representing. I think you're literally going to be all might. So you can't crack. You have to kind of people relying on you. It's natural for them to put you on a pedestal and have certain expectations. And most of the times, most of the times you just have to fake it and live with it. Part of life and responsibility, also make the best out of it. Yeah. Because everyone around is so important to you. Yeah, it happens, especially when you like have kids or like siblings and stuff like that. It can break people. But yeah, it can break people, but these people won't even realize that it's fucking them up from the inside. Yeah. Anyway, shall we sing? What did you want? Leave the door open. Let's go with an acoustic version, hey? Acoustic is fine, right? Oh, that's so loud. What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans? Don't say that. I'm sipping wine in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shaved, smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of the mansion. What's happening? I'm playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. Then open. Ooh, that you feel the way I feel and you want me tonight, baby. Tell me what you're coming through. Ooh. You're so sweet, so tight. I won't fight unless you like. And if you smoke, I got the haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got fillets. Oh, baby, don't keep me waiting. There's so much love we could be making. I'm talking, kissing, cuddling, respect up in the bathtub. Girl, it's jumping, it's bubbling. I'm playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open, open. Oh, that you feel the way I feel and you want me tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. Can we sing Closer? We sang Closer for membership stream. So I want to sing that again. Let me find the lyrics real quick. By Neo. Okay, hopefully I can do this. How many of you guys were there when I sang this? Turn the lights off in this place. and she shines just like a star. And I say I know her face, I just don't know who you are. Turn the music up in here, I still hear her loud and clear, like she's right here in my ear, telling me that she wants to own me, to control me. Come closer, come closer. Hey, and I just can't pull myself away under a spell I can't break. I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop. And I just can't bring myself away under a spell I can't break. I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop. I can feel her on my skin, I can taste her on my tongue. She's the sweetest taste of sin. The more I get, the more I want. She wants to own me. Come closer, come closer. Hey, oh, I just can't pull myself away under a spell I can't break. I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop. And I just can't break myself away. No, I don't want to escape. I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop, I just can't stop. Ooh. Yeah, this is, I only sang like 2 songs. One more? Oh, we're supposed to sing jazz. We're supposed to sing jazz, guys. Yes, for you guys who just got here, this is like a mix of, we've been yapping a lot, but I just break it up in between to sing a few songs. Cause why not, right? Why not? What should I sing? What jazz should we sing, guys? Let's see. You have a jazz song? Hopefully I can sing it. I don't know if I can sing it. I can try my best. Let's see. Let's see if I can find something. The list of songs? No, unfortunately, because this is quite impromptu. Oh, I don't know that song. I'm sorry. I don't know that song. Let me see if I can find a song. Shower? No, we're sticking with jazz. We're supposed to be sticking with jazz, so we're gonna stick with jazz. We've already been like going stray, man. Thank you for the hydrate. Just be careful because there's no copyright claim. Don't worry, I know how to navigate around it. Also, my YouTube stream isn't monetized. Fly me to the moon? Okay, fly me to the moon. Let's see, what version should we go with? How's piano? Is this my key? Oh, that's so loud. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You were all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, other words. Where is this going? Love you. That was very short. Let's see if we can find one more. One more. Oh, Moon River. Close to you. Let's go with Close to You. Two birds suddenly appear every time you are near. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. And so they sprinkled moon dust in your hair of golden eyes. Blah, I fucked up. That is why all the girls in town follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Does it feel like you're at an expensive jazz bar yet? Except at expensive jazz bars, the singer would not fuck up like me. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair of gold and starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls in town follow you all around. They long to be close to you, just like me. They long to be close to you. 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 Okay, last one before you go back into yapping, alright? Oh god, that's loud. Last. Ugh. Some people live for the fortune. Ooh, that's very low. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power. Some people live just to play the game. Ooh, solo. Some people think that the physical things define what's within, and I've been there before. That life's a bore so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people search for a fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love him. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be with no one to share, with no one who truly cares for me? Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, you, you. Some people that was lower than I thought. Damn. Good version regardless. It would be nice if it was like a tad bit higher, but still a good version. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be who truly cares for me. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. If I ain't got you with me, baby. Oh, ooh, nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby. I have zero confidence in hitting the last parts. All right. Okay. Back to the yap, shall we? Back to it. That's enough of an interlude. Yeah, no worries. If you're about to go, thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed your little moment here at the Deep Blue. Now, we've gone through a lot of questions actually, hey? Not a lot of questions, but like a lot of topics in general today. Do you guys have any topics? Should I start an AMA? Have a good one, Brian. Do you guys mayhaps have any topics in mind? Because I have been yapping since Tuesday. So, you know what? Let's open it up to the floor for today instead. Would you mayhaps have any topics? If not, it's okay. I can still carry on. Have a good one, Clarence. Have a good rest. All of you guys, have a good rest. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for coming to the Deep Blue. Watched your inner compass video and thought it was pretty cool. Subbed. Thank you. The inner compass video, I think, is a very personal one for me because it was literally something that I went through. And it's something that I usually recommend to people when they're feeling a bit lost. Because, hey, maybe if it works for me, maybe it might work for other people. Will you revive SoundCloud? I don't think so. I don't make music anymore after all, unfortunately. What video are you most proud of on your timeline on YouTube? I like my old videos. I really like I think the video that I'm the happiest about are... I have two videos I'm very happy about. These are old-ish videos. It's the That City video? Was it called That City? Yeah, I think it was That City. It's actually a vlog, but I really like how I wrote it. I really like my writing for it. And I really like the Living Your Life Like a Slice of Life anime one. The Just a Blob. I really like those. No worries, it's okay for being late. Yeah, I really like those two in particular. It's not that I don't like my recent videos, I really do too, but those two hold a special place in my heart just because I really love the aesthetics of the Living Life Like an Anime one, and for the That City one, it's just very personal. It's a very personal piece of writing. Here's a fun topic that I thought I'd bring up. To what extent are we responsible for other people and their actions, whether to themselves or others? Responsible for other people's actions? We can't control people. The most we can do is suggest them to do things, or like advise them to do things, or tell them our opinion. We can't control them though. So in general, my rule is that if I catch wind of it and I have a chance to if I have a chance to maybe advise them, I would, because that's me doing my due diligence. Yes, that's me doing my due diligence. That's me not being negligent. But other than that, there's only so much you can do, right? Yeah. The City You Fell in Love With. Yeah, that one. The City. I even forgot the title of it. See, my memory is horrible. But yeah, that one. That's one of my favorite videos. I self-edited and self-wrote everything. It's not much of an edit, but It's a very feelsy video, guys. But yeah, in general, if I have a chance to advise them for what they're about to do and do my part in directing them in my personal opinion and experience in what they're about to do, then I shall. Other than that, it's not really your fault now, is it? Everyone is responsible for themselves. There's only so much one can do. Yeah, exactly. Unless like we're talking about children, that's a different story. But if we're talking about adults, I think adults, with the freedom comes responsibility and consequences and accountability. So once you become an adult, well, sure, you have freedom, but it also means that you don't get to bitch about the consequences of stuff. You know, you have to be accountable of your own consequences. You should be, I think being an adult is acknowledging the consequences of things and living with it, you know? It's like, I don't know if this is gonna sound controversial or not, because I don't think so. I think it's just an objective observation sort of thing. For example, you can't control people who are dicks on the internet, right? You can't control people who are just horny on the internet. Yeah? So if you would not like people to be horny over a picture of you on the internet, then don't post a picture of you on the internet if that might instigate horny people. But if you would really like to post a picture of you that might instigate horny people on the internet, just know about the consequences, acknowledge it, and then don't bitch about it, because obviously you can't control how people are. You know, that's my opinion. It's not that I think people should not be able to sexualize themselves. No, it's more like, sure, go you. If you want to sexualize yourself, if you want to be hot and sexy, I'm all for it. It's just that it's about being wise and just knowing the consequences and acknowledging it, and just because that's just how the world works. Like, if you wouldn't go to a sus place that is known for crime bringing like bars of gold out in the open, you know what I mean? It's the same sort of just wisdom. Would you call it wisdom? Whatever it is, maturity, whatever. Yeah. Not just that those people are in the minority, ignore them. Yeah, I think that applies in general. Like, even for VTubers, if you know that VTubers, a lot of people, if you know that you're a VTuber, and a lot of people would subscribe to you for your avatar because that's what they know you as a VTuber, right? And then you decide you want to post a picture of yourself, which is totally fine. Nothing's wrong with that. But you should be wise enough to know that it would come with the consequences of people possibly not wanting to see your real face, because what they know is your avatar, and some people might prefer to not want to know who's behind the avatar. Stuff like that. It's not that it's wrong. It's just a matter of people having preferences, right? And the person should acknowledge that people have preferences and thus are allowed to make their own decisions, and thus they might have to bear certain consequences. That sort of thing. Do you enjoy your IRL job, or is there another job you would prefer to have? My IRL job is okay. It keeps me afloat, I would say. I have been thinking lately, if I have a chance of making content creation a full-time job. Back then I would think that maybe I would not want to, but maybe nowadays I'm thinking if there is a chance, I might give it a shot, but who knows. But I'm also okay with not doing that. Rather, I think I want to try having a job that maybe in the future would let me move to a different city or a different place, a different country even. That's what I want, maybe. So it's more so that it's not that yeah, my job's okay. It's like neutral. But I would like to try the off chance of possibly moving to a different place. And one of the reasons why I considered doing, because I always say that I don't think I'd ever do content creation as a full-time thing. But the only reason I'm considering it is because content creation would allow me to move places. Yeah. Oh, cool. I didn't reveal any details or anything, so I'm okay with talking about that. Which is fine. Yeah. Content creation has its ups and downs, so it's quite tiring. And the thing is, like, I really like the balance that I have right now. I am honestly afraid of, if I do content creation full time, would that like fuck up my life balance? Because content creation is it's in your every waking moment if it becomes your full-time job. You know what I mean? Do I want to do that? You know, you wanted to move someplace different. Yeah, I mean, I would like to try. Whatever you choose, as long as you have the means and desire to do it, go ahead. We'll see. If I had a choice, I think I would rather not have content creation as my main thing. But we'll see. I haven't really thought about it that far yet. Content creation can be very draining. It can consume your thoughts if you're not careful. Yeah, that's the thing. For example, if I do content creation full time, I would assume I would be putting more hours. Even if it means that I don't do more streams, I will inevitably end up putting more hours into content creation, like maybe background stuff like editing or like making videos and stuff like that, right? And I can't imagine just putting myself in a position where I'm working on videos, like content creation, which is something that I love so much, and not get burnt out. You get what I mean? Because the thing is, like, this is another thing that was like discussed by Ali Abdal as well in the podcast, and also something that I heard from a different content creator is that when you have a choice, you shouldn't make your hobby a cash cow. Like, you shouldn't. There's a difference to doing a hobby just as a hobby versus doing a hobby and making money from it and acknowledging that you can make money from it. You get what I mean? Because once you go into that route, you will start compromising and doing things for the sake of numbers, performance, and revenue, and then you will lose the hobby side of it. This guy that I watched on YouTube, I think, warned about the side effects of these side effects of turning your hobby, something you love, into something you can make money out of. It was that. And it's kind of hard to manage content creation, especially if you're in school or work. Yeah, definitely. Cause like I said, the thing is, like, my belief is that if you want to, as a streamer or as a personality, if you want to stay interesting and you especially for me, because I talk a lot, right? And talk about life. And I talk a lot. I think that's like my main content, I guess, part of it. So to be able to talk a lot, that means I need to also spend time in learning new things and talking about or finding out about topics, or just experience the world as it is, or experience more of the world, so that I get to talk about these things with you guys. It's not that right now, it's not as if I allocate like 2 hours of my day to learn something new. No, right now it happens quite naturally because it's already part of something that I do in my day-to-day lifestyle. But I imagining that if full content creation becomes full-time for me, I might have to do that. Like, I might have to allocate particular time to be able to find stream topics or learn about new things so I can talk about more things, which is scary to me. The fact that it's breaking up my natural tendencies. Passion or hobby should be separated from your source of income 95% of the time. I won't say you shouldn't merge them, but I feel happy when I keep them separated. Yeah, I would think so too. Going for my passion for a college degree course, but afraid it won't give me some income. I mean, it really depends on your priorities, honestly. If income isn't really a priority for you, then sure, you can definitely chase for happiness, right? You can make that a priority instead. But if not, then you would have, realistically, you'll have to compromise somewhere. Like, you know how actresses love acting and then they have to compromise by taking a job as a waitress and stuff like that? That's just how life is, unfortunately. Tell us what books you've been reading or are reading. Currently, still the same. Emotional Intelligence. That book. The one I recently finished was The Art of Thinking Clearly, which is a great book, by the way. And previously, I finished 4-Hour Workweek, which is quite a quick read. What else did I read? Sapiens. I'm halfway through Sapiens as well. And I've been meaning to get Yuval's, the author of Sapiens' newest book, which is mostly about communications and networks throughout history. I think it's very interesting. Yuval, I can't remember his name. Yuval. What the fuck, Noira? Yuval Noah Harari. He has a new book. It's not even Yuval, guys. It's Yuval. I've been meaning to get his new book, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. What do you do to find something to learn about? Do you like type whatever comes to mind, or just learn what Google or YouTube algorithm gives to you? To learn something new? I have a few ways. Sometimes I take online courses. If I feel like it, like if I'm very curious about a certain subject and I feel like it's more efficient to just get an online course on it, sometimes I would do that. Other times it's just YouTube. A lot on YouTube. Mostly, like if something strikes my interest, it'll be on YouTube. Or sometimes I just have random shower thoughts and then I Google it and then go into a fucking rabbit hole about it. Other times reading books as well. Or sometimes I come across a random article and then I just decide to check it out more. Like that one day where I just ran into this whole rabbit hole of looking up Catherine the Great, Russia, number 2. That was a very interesting day. Have a good one, Ninja. Thanks for dropping by always. What kind of online courses? Like that time for example, with online courses, I think one day I got very annoyed with the way that I handled projects. I felt like I wasn't doing it well enough, or I felt like there were some blanks in my brains that needed some filling. So I took an online course on project management, and oh my god, that shit was fucking life-changing for me, because I felt like something was missing and I couldn't figure out what, and that online course changed me. That online course literally filled everything that was that I thought and assumed was missing. I usually take courses on Coursera. Have I heard of Elizabeth Bathory? I think I have. Or maybe I have not. Maybe I'm getting it confused with there's a monster called Bathory in Ragnarok. Maybe I'm getting it confused with that. And yes, Kursagux. I can never pronounce it. The Burb channel. Yes, I love the Burb channel. The Deep Blue isn't just a place for us to get escapism and daydreams from you. You can also get these from us. Of course. That's why my yaps are non-stop. It's because you guys are a great crowd. I always say this. You guys are an easy crowd to talk to and chat to and yap with. That's why it's nice to stream with you guys. And it's nice that we can bounce off of each other's talks and ideas and go further with whatever I tend to talk about. Yes, the yappening is real. That's why you guys are here, right? For the yappening. I'm happy though. This makes me very happy to be able to do these things. Because not gonna lie, as much as I'm not much different in real life, but it's not you can't really just talk about these things with anyone. You know what I mean? Even my friend who I went to New Zealand with, who I somewhat talk about these sort of things with, like I pick her brain and then we bounce off of ideas, and like sometimes it's stuff about economics, macroeconomy, and then just about life. And even she mentioned, like sometime mid-conversation, she was like, you know, this is good. Because sometimes I feel like when I talk about these things, it's very hard to get my brain working and be able to respond promptly or like engage properly with these sort of conversations. But it's good to have someone like you in which I can talk about these things with. And I was like, yeah, same thing. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be able to talk with these sort of things, about these sort of things with someone. So it's quite rare, at least for me, to find people who can talk about these sort of things, unless they're drinking. Now, drinking opens up a lot of avenues for these sort of conversations. She's an interesting historical individual, a serial killer in the 1500s. Interesting. Like, kills young women? Like what? Like Jack the Ripper? I don't know. Drinks often open up the most interesting conversations. If you're interested in philosophy, I think The Problem with Philosophy by Bertrand Russell is a great starting book. Oh, a book that I've wanted to read is The Human Experience, which was the book. I can't find it in my local bookstore, but the book talks about a video that I have made. You know, the dilution of the human experience, like, you know, how people are typing and not writing anymore, how people are so used to screens and they're not really experiencing things organically anymore. That's the whole conversation of the book. And another one would be Pursuit of Happiness is an interesting book, I think, that I might want to consider. And there was another book that I had in mind, but I can't remember what it was. I have quite a reading list. It's just that sometimes I read very slowly. Oh, I would do a rabbit hole I want to get into is actually to look up more about philosophy, particularly Epicurean, because like I mentioned previously, the whole my current intrigue is that whole static joy and fleeting joy thing. It's very interesting, and it's an Epicurean thing, so I would love to read about that. And also like the whole philosophy behind slow living, or even the science behind slow living. I'm quite intrigued by that right now. Pursuit of Happiness, the Will Smith's movie. Wait, the book is called Happiness of Pursuit. Is it Happiness of Pursuit or is it Happiness of Pursuit? Yes, it is. The book is The Happiness of Pursuit. It's about finding the fire, or like why you're motivated to grind and stuff like that. The Happiness of Pursuit. So no, not the Will Smith movie. I got it switched around. The high seas got all your needs, just the bravery to sail it. She was a woman of nobility. She manipulates families to take their young women, only to murder the women and bathe in their blood. That's fucking crazy shit. Holy fuck, she believed it would maintain youth, like that one influencer guy. Fuck. Do you like fiction? I find it's a good way to explore the human experience and philosophy. Funnily enough, as much as I like games, fantasy, and lore, I don't know why I don't really read fiction. I always find myself in much more captivated by fiction books nowadays. And like, I bought the Dune books. I haven't even read them. I always end up reading like non-fiction books. Because I think that's generally where my curiosity directs myself to. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean internet piracy? Yeah, I'm gonna look her up. Elizabeth Bathory. Interesting. Oh, by the way, it is time, guys. Should we end the stream with 2 songs? How's that? Dredge? What's Dredge? I don't even know what Dredge is. Ford versus Ferrari? I've watched like half of the movie. Yeah, only half, because I don't think I remember the ending. I'm pretty sure I only watched like half of it. 2 more. 2 more songs. What do you want? It has to be jazz, guys. What do you guys want? Gotta love the Dune books. They're long, but they're worth the effort. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey isn't particularly jazz though. Fly Me to the Moon, we've already done that. Careless Whisper? No, I can't sing that song actually. I can't sing it. I actually can't sing it confidently. I'm looking. September? Let's see. Is there a way to sing that? Huh. I've never sang that karaoke. I don't think so. Let's try. Let's try. Billie Holiday? I am, but I don't think I can sing any of these songs. Recently, I have an obsession towards this song by... I don't even remember who the singer's name is, but Blue Velvet. She goes blue velvet. That's my current jazz obsession. But Billie Holiday, I listen to a lot of Billie Holiday, but like I can't sing any of his songs. Can I sing this? Oh my god. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders. While... Oh! Wait, hold on. I heard something. Did I get copyrighted? Hold on. I thought I heard something. Or is that just me? Let me double check. That shouldn't be copyrighted though. Let me double check real quick. That scared me. Oh my god. No, it wasn't though. It wasn't. Whatever. We'll sing something else. Text to speech. And didn't that scare you? That scared me. Holy shit. What the fuck? Let me see. What else can we sing? We'll sing something else. We'll sing something else. What should we sing? Here, we'll do this. I waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. Left you by the house of fun. Don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. Then I saw the break of day. Wish that I could fly away. Instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Out across the sea. I would die in ecstasy, but I'll be a bag of bones, driving down the road alone. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Let's do Moon River after this, and then we'll call it. Something has to make you run. Don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. Don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. I still wonder what the fuck that copyright thing was. That shit scared me, dude. That was straight out of a fucking horror movie. But like, I'm looking at everything and I don't see anything wrong. Oh my god. Okay, Moon River. Did it make a noise? Yeah, that was like a text-to-speech something copyright. That was so fucking scary. Alright. Jazz waltz? Jazz waltz it is. Hold on. I don't think it's donation, no. Moon River, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. True drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River and me. Moon River, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friends, moon, river, and me. Will that be the last song? Let me see. If I can't find a good version of this, then maybe it shall be. You know what? One more. This one. This is the last one. No more yap. No yaps for 2 hours. I'm already over time. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I go hungry and go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. No, there is nothing that I wouldn't to make you feel my love. I really should overtime less. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth with you to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love. And that is it. Enough. We have overtimed and we got a copyright scare, which I'm pretty sure wasn't actually copyright, but I got scared anyway. Yes, I am still in recovery, but don't worry, I'll be okay. Let's call it. Thank you guys for dropping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream today. We had a good time now, didn't we? Thank you for dropping by the Deep Blue. I hope you guys had as much fun and chill and, well, pleasant times as much as I did here at the Deep Blue tonight, today, this morning, whatever time zone it is for you right now. Now, if this is your first time here, being at the Deep Blue, I am Noira, the sea fox who sells escapism and daydreams. And when I say that, it means that, well, you see these aesthetics, you see these vibes, you see the conversations we have, all that is escapism and daydreams. Cross Night S, thank you for the super chat. Super chat to arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. I have not sang for quite a while, so hopefully I did not disappoint. I'll do a proper karaoke stream next time, maybe next week. All right, maybe next week. If you guys like the stream, I'd appreciate it if you drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. I stream all the same times, same days of the same week. No, not the same week. Same days every week. That's what I meant to say. And that's every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's at 10 p.m. GMT plus 8 if you're in Southeast Asia. 7 or 9 a.m. if you're in the US, East or West. That's without daylight savings. And about 3 or 4 p.m. if you're in the EU. So if you're free around those times, come over to the Deep Blue. And you'll probably find me there just chilling over a sip of whiskey and maybe a drag of ciggy. Are! Sayojin, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, you guys are so generous today. Oh my fucking god. Thank you. Thank you for showering me with kindness. Oh my lord. Thank you. Fuck, I forgot my train of thought. Right, if you guys haven't already, don't forget to join the Discord. That is where the other titlings are. You can also get content notifications for when I upload and when I'm live on Discord. It should be in the description below or in the panels below. I would also suggest you guys to join in the subreddit, because there's a lot of stuff happening in the subreddit. Why? What is happening? Thank you for the super chat, Sly. Super chat to arigato. Thank you once again for your offering towards the shrine. What is happening? Thank you. Thank you so much for y'all's kindness. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution towards the 2.0. Oh, thank you so much. What the fuck was I saying? Right, Reddit. So, Reddit is becoming a place for stories. Y'all's titling stories. If you guys go there and check out the pinned posts, which is the directory and all about the Deep Blue, do read about it, and I reckon you will get hooked on the stories about the Deep Blue. Are you kidding me? Nolan! Thank you for the super chat. Oh my god! Super chat arigato. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Every single one of you who contributed towards the shrine, try pulling for Pokemon TCG. You might get that black and white full art card. Just saying. I'm not saying you will. I'm just saying you might. RNG works in very mysterious RNG ways, and I'm not saying anything. You know, it's not as if I have supernatural deity powers or anything. No, nothing like that. But just saying. Just saying. Yeah, holographic Dragonite, sure. Give it a shot. See what happens. Thank you, guys. But yeah, please join our community of titlings on Reddit or on Discord. And is that it? Yes, I think that is it. Thanks, guys, for dropping by. Oh shit! If you guys just got here, I'm sorry. I'm actually about to end. I'm sleepy. So let me find someone to raid here on Twitch side. Who shall we raid today? Thanks, guys, for chilling with me. I hope you enjoyed your time here, truly. I hope you did. Who shall we raid? How about we raid into... We want chill, right? If we want chill, let's raid into Stal, who's playing Xenoblade Chronicles. Fun stuff. Raid Stal. Hi there, Darion. Sorry, I'm about to raid. I am very tired. I'm actually technically overtime for a stream, so I ought to go. But thank you so much, everyone. We're raiding into Stal on Twitch. Don't worry, you guys won't see me over the weekend, tomorrow or over the weekends, but hey, Tuesday isn't that far now, is it? And all the titlings are around on Discord and Reddit, and I'll still be uploading videos on YouTube, so you guys won't miss me too much. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good one. I'll see you on the flip tide, hey? Bye. Have a good rest of the week. See ya.